Hello, everybody. Welcome to How to Quickly Bring in Floods of New Home Service Customers or the revolutionary new web tool. My name is Jody Underhill. Hope you're all having a great day so far. It's a holiday week. We had a great weekend last weekend, hopefully. We're going to be going through today. We're going to be talking about the different ways that you can convert more of your website visitors into paying customers before you ever have to go there. What we're going to be talking about, what we're going to be covering today is why the number one thing your business needs doesn't work. Now, I know that sounds like kind of a bold statement, but we're going to show you exactly why it doesn't work and what you can do about it. Next is we're going to look at the most important thing you need to know about your website visitors. And again, all of this is going to be information and things that you can take and put into practice yourself right away. You don't have to do anything else but take the information and go put it in place. Next is how to grab the attention of website visitors and build trust in the process, and then how to create offers that convert visitors into customers. But as we do that, one thing I want to do is go ahead and make sure that everyone can hear me and see my screen. If you look over to the right-hand side of your computer screen, there's a GoToWebinar control panel that there's a bar that says questions. You can just put a 1 in there, and that will let me know that you are hearing and seeing. All right, it shows that the screen is showing and that we are recording. So I got a 1 from Mark, 1 from Hugo, got a 1 from Kim, got a 1 from Reliable, I got a 1 from, it's Chris, it looked like it was spelled wrong. Anyway, so thank you. We're going to go ahead and go through this information. I want to do a couple of housekeeping things. First of all, make sure you block out all the distractions, because some of the information I'm going to be sharing with you really hasn't been seen before. And also make sure you got a pen and paper to take notes, because a lot of these things you're going to be able to take and put into action right away. And at the end of the presentation, I've got something very special for you at the end of the presentation, so you want to hang around to the very end. That you don't want to miss it, because it will really help change your business. When we go through this information, this doesn't matter if you're the business owner or if you're an employee of the business. If you're the business owner, this is going to give you tools to put in place and do things yourself. If you're an employee in the business and have been charged with taking care of doing things on the marketing side, this is going to make you look like a superhero. So like I said, be sure to take all this information down. We're going to have fun along the way. I'm going to do call and respond. I'm going to ask questions and ask you to put 1 in the box, and that will be very helpful whenever you do that. All right, so have you ever wondered what it is that mega successful home service businesses know that you don't? Now, if you're already mega successful, my hat's off to you. And I'm not saying that the ones of you on here are not mega successful. I'm just saying, have you ever wondered? Well, if you look at a quick story, once upon a time, there were 2 home service professionals. They looked very much like each other. They both graduated from the same programs. They were both better than average students. They both worked 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and they both recently attended an industry event together. They were still very much alike each other. They both are happily married, they both had 3 children, and they both owned and operated their own business. But that's sort of where the likenesses stopped, because one was running a small shop struggling to bring in enough cash flow to keep themselves and their staff busy, while the other was growing in leaps and bounds, enjoying a steady stream of new affluent customers every single day. So what happened? I guess I need to put that up there, right? So what happened? Right? The 2 home service pros, they both got the same grades, they both put in the same hours, and they both had the same ambition. So it's not time, money, or skill. So what the mega successful home service businesses know that you don't is what I'm going to share with you during the course of this training today. And again, it is a training. There's pieces that you're going to be able to take away and put to use right away. So now I know what you're probably thinking, and that is, what does some guy who's on the internet who doesn't even know who I am want to help me? Well, part of it is I've been doing marketing online for over 10 years. I've worked with some of the largest companies in the country. I've worked directly with Success Magazine, with Digital Marketer, and I've worked with Last Comic Standing in promoting and doing all of their online marketing. So in looking at it, I always come back to helping local businesses. And I define a local business as a business whose customers are typically within a driving distance of their shop. And I don't call it a small business. I don't call it a medium business, because I don't believe in small or medium businesses. I believe in local and national is how I divide businesses up. And my focus is helping local businesses, because when you help a local business, you're helping to improve the community that they're in. So look, you have a partner that can easily mislead you. And I see this all the time. I start working with a company and they haven't been able to get the needle to move, and because they keep doing the same thing over and over again. But this partner could easily stab you in the back, but they go by a different name than what you might be thinking, right? It goes by the name of Hope. And when you go into a business and you see that what they're doing and doing the same things over and over again, you come to a conclusion very quickly that Hope is not a business plan. So the information I'm about to share has never been publicly revealed before, and I know this because it's my information and I haven't revealed it publicly. But I want to take back to why I'm doing this, and I love seeing businesses double their business in the first month and grow by 300% the next month and 500% the third month. And by some of the items and things I'm going to be sharing with you, you can have that happening for your business. So that's why you want to pay attention as we go through here. But here's what I do know. From having done this, having run successful 7-figure businesses and also helped businesses grow from barely being 6 figures to 7 figures, and one company even all the way to 8 figures, is that the road to success leaves clues. And whenever you have a map of exactly what road to follow, just like today, used to we'd get directions, we'd have to look at an atlas, right? We'd have to look at a map like this guy's looking at, and we'd have to know where we're starting from and know how to read the map. And then we got the directions that we could print out online. We used to take those MapQuest, right? We had MapQuest, and now we have Waze, we have Google Maps. Some people even still use Apple Maps. But as long as you put the information in correctly, it's going to take you to where you need to go, unless you don't know where you're starting from. And that happens more times than not because people get the steps out of line. And when you get one thing before the other, sometimes you can wind up blowing your entire budget by doing the wrong things in the wrong order. So we're going to talk about how that works as well. We want to make sure you not only have a map, but you also are in the right place when you're starting. The only thing that you should ever entrust your business growth to is one thing, and that is a bulletproof plan. Everything we're going to be talking about today is about marketing online, but it also applies to other areas and other aspects of marketing in anything that you do. Because there's some of the things we're going to be talking about, because there's one element that's critical, not just to do it online, but to do it in everything you do, whether it's flyers, whether it's print ads. You're going to see as we go through here. But first, what's the most important thing that a business needs to start capturing more business online? Take a second, look over there on your control panel where it says questions, and type in, what do you think the most important thing a business needs to start capturing more business online? Right? Daniel says Facebook. Well, Facebook is important, but it's not the most important. I mean, social media is critical today. If you don't have a social media presence, most people look at it like you're not really a business. So let's see, got another one here. Dylan says Instagram, again, that's social media. Archer says lead magnet. Well, that's good, a lead magnet, but you got to have a lead magnet, for those of you who don't know, is something that gets the person's attention for them to opt into. So what it is you need a high converting website or landing page. And the problem is with most websites today, almost all websites that I look at, Jessica says reviews. If reviews they're the currency of online marketing today, and because reviews are actually the word of mouth referrals that we used to. I love when I talk to a business owner and I go, we get most of our business by referral. Well, what is that referral? That referral is a review of how happy they were with the service you provided. Reviews are that word of mouth referral today. People go online looking for that. But even with the reviews, all of those things become second to when you send them somewhere, making it so that it converts very easily. And the reason there's a problem with most sites that we look at today is that online marketing has changed more in the last 18 months than in the last several years. And that one device is responsible for most of that change, and that is the smartphone. And this is not about mobile websites. So before you start thinking, oh, he's going to show me how to do a mobile website and leave, we're going to talk about the aspects of mobile, but the things that the site needs to work, but that's not what causes them to convert. It's just what causes them to stay long enough to engage and interact with you. So 57% of all US online traffic now comes from mobile devices. And if you're not in the US, I know we have people that are on here from Canada, we have people from the UK, people from Australia. It's basically the same just about anywhere that you look. I was on a conversation with one gentleman in Canada. He said that the Canadians don't use Facebook as much as Americans. Well, they actually use it more. I guess it's colder longer, right? 88% of consumers who search for a type of business on a mobile device call or go to that business within 24 hours. And especially with home services, with plumbing, with AC repair, with any of that, it is critical because it's event driven. They're not calling just to say hi. They're calling because something has happened to cause them to need your services. And you need to be able to have the information where they can engage with it. Also, nearly 8 in 10 customers will stop engaging with content that doesn't display well on their device. I can tell you over 95% of websites, even those who are quote unquote mobile friendly or mobile optimized, don't display that well and don't display in a way that keeps them there and causes them to take action. Next, new research by Google has found that 53% of mobile website visitors will leave if it doesn't load in 3 seconds. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, I'm gone 1,000. Next is almost 60% of users on mobile. That's where scrolling is more convenient with a thumb. We learned how to do that, and it's intuitive because of places like Facebook and stores like Amazon. They are designed with the mobile feature in place, right? You just scroll up and down. There is no side to side. There is no clicking unless you're going to place an order on Amazon. Other than that, you're just swiping and you're going side to side or up and down. It's all navigated with a thumb. Most mobile websites, you can't. You have to click to go between pages to get to the information that you want. So if we look at it, while the number one thing a business needs doesn't work, is by the very definition from Webster, a website is a group of pages online that usually containing hyperlinks to each other that are devoted to a single topic or several closely related topics. Boy, isn't that just sexy? Well, the thing is that a website, if you look at it today, they're like big brochures. They aren't designed to do anything except to sit there and be read. It's our best effort to tell people who come there all about how great we are. And we know what happens to most brochures, right? They wind up in the round file. And it's not your fault. It's not our fault. It's because the way this web design used to work, it was great. It worked because all people were looking for was information. But now they're hypercritical. Now they're looking at it on the mobile device. Now things have to be in a user-friendly format or they're going to leave. And it's so important for everyone on here because the website is where all the elements that have led someone to you culminate with them choosing to do business with you. Right? I guarantee you they're making the choice before they pick up the phone and call. Because something that Google calls the 0 moment of truth is whenever they've looked at enough reviews, they've looked at enough information, and they finally see your number and they take that step. They fill out the form to get you to come out for an estimate, or they pick up the phone and call. And all of the other things that you're doing lead them to your site, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or AdWords or Google My Business or Twitter or email or Pinterest or TV ads or Instagram, radio ads, trade shows, even the penny saver. That's all a lot of time, money, and energy that you're putting into that. And most websites are like a leaky bucket. When you send someone to a website, it's like taking a hungry person and dropping them in the middle of Walmart. There's way too many things to get them distracted. Now, they may make their way over to the food section, and you'd be surprised how many times they don't. I'm going to share that with you in just a second. Or they may get distracted by other sections of the store, other buttons that are on your website and other places for them to look around and poke around in things. And when they do that, what happens most of the time is they may walk out empty-handed. And here's some statistics about your industry. Did you know the best websites in your industry are only getting a 3% of their web visitors to convert or to buy from them, to contact them, or to buy from them? That means 97% of your website visitors are leaving without converting, and they have no intention of returning. They don't even know how they got there in the first place, typically. Even if you ask somebody, and you know this, they call in, even if you have someone on the front desk that's saying, so how did you find our business? It was online. Really, what were you looking for? They don't remember. They've clicked a bunch of times. They've gone through stuff. They don't remember how they found it. So what we want to do is we want visitors. We don't want them to just read. We want them to take action and convert into customers. So what's the number one thing you need to know about your website visitor? And that is, well, they don't have time. We all remember 3 stations and 2-minute commercials, or some of us do. Some of us may still have that if you live far enough out in the woods, right? Today with social and cell phones, our attention is everywhere, which means it's nowhere. You have to get their attention very quickly. So looking at it, in the year 2000, you had 12 seconds to capture someone's attention. In 2018, studies show that you now only have 8 seconds. Why isn't it 2019? Those studies aren't done yet. We're only in the 5th month. 2018, 8 seconds. Why is there a goldfish on the page? Well, there's a goldfish on the page because that's 1 second less than a goldfish's attention span. That's pretty short. People always say, "Oh, it's so cool. A goldfish is in that little goldfish bowl, and all they do is swim around." Well, they only have their memory actually only lasts about 10 seconds, so they forget what they just saw and they continue to circle around. That's why they don't go crazy and bang their little goldfish head against the goldfish bowl. But we have to get the people's attention. So how do you break through in less than 8 seconds? Well, some people look at it as being content. We've always heard that, right? You gotta have great content. You gotta have great information on there for them to be able to see your values, to build that up so that they are able to choose you with your unique selling proposition, positioned in such a way that it really gets their attention. And that was fine. That used to work great. But now it's content versus design. And believe it or not, design wins out over content. Now, it's still important that you have good content, but it's better to have okay content with great design than it is to have fabulous content with not so great design. So our brain processes visuals 60,000 times faster than reading text. You'll notice there's been a visual on just about every one of these slides that I've shared with you. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. We've all heard that, right? Well, Elizabeth Sillence did some research and she looked at trust and mistrust of online health sites. They looked at 15 women who were faced with a risky health decision. And in looking at it, the participants discussed their first impression of a website. Design appeal predicted whether they were going to accept it or reject it. And 94% decided design, and only 6% said it was the content in relation to the number of times they rejected a site. So if you look at it, trust and value are why we buy. That's why reviews, like Jessica said, reviews are so important. And good design builds trust. Look, you don't have trucks with bald tires and dings all over them, right? You have wraps on your trucks. You have all the things. You have your guys wearing uniform shirts. You're having designed the position to show have a professional persona, have a professional appearance. The same thing needs to happen with your website, but it's a little different than what most people think. The good design is part of your reputation. Everywhere you go, that design should be consistent. You'll see both online and offline. You have to ask, does your brand inspire trust? Your brand is a story that your market believes about your products, your expertise, and the value that you offer. Most businesses start here. Everything's kind of, and that's what most websites look like. Everything's kind of jumbled together. Everything's kind of cluttered in there. I want to get everything I can on there so that I can get their attention. But what businesses want is this. They want to have that Ritz-Carlton look and feel. They want to be the premier provider of the service and have people know that and feel that just by looking at their information. It happens online as well. Most businesses start here with just a whole bunch of content, a bunch of tabs. What they really want is something more like this so that they can get the attention. I know, oh, that's not a service company, right? I'm going to show you examples of both. I'm going to show it. It's what I'm sharing is revolutionary because it will work no matter what industry it's in. And that's what's so unique about this. So don't worry about if I'm not saying specifically what you do. It works for basically everything. And you'll see as I go through here, I have home service examples, I have medical examples, we've got other service examples because it works no matter which one you do. This one specific one is for home services. So we don't want visitors to just read, we want them to take action. So there's 4 actions that we want website visitors to take. The first is a click. And usually the click is to take them somewhere else to take the next action we want them to. But if we get them to click, we just simply get them to click. If we even don't ask for their information, we just want them to click. They're taking the first step into being indoctrinated into trusting us. We've made enough of an impact to get them to say, I want to see more. And after they click, we want to get them to subscribe or opt in. We want to give us your name and your email address so that we can help you solve the problem that you have. And once they've done that, then the other action, we want them to call. Pick up the phone and call. That's one of the tougher things to get people to do. In home services, it's not as tough because they got to call to tell you what the problem is. And then finally, it's place an order. Wait a minute, Jody, place an order. They don't know what exactly they need to buy. It doesn't matter what the business is. There's a lead-in offer that you can always put in place for them to take advantage of and put it on there so that they have to take advantage of it right then while they're there. And that does is it converts them from a visitor into a buyer. And once they become a buyer, it's easier to get them to that next step to buy even more. But before you can get them to do that, there's 5 questions that every website visitor asks before they contact you. The first is, will this solve my problem? They're coming to you with the hope that you can solve it. So build your credibility with an offer that provides education or information to help them solve the problem. Number two is, do I have to decide now? No urgency means no incentive. If you're going to put a special offer there, it has to be while they're on the site, while they're there, in order to get them to move to take action. Number three, am I getting the best? Look, they're looking for an expert, someone that can constantly look to for guidance. So you need to convince them that you can answer their problems, you can handle the situation no matter what it is. Number four, am I going to regret this? The way that you overcome that is with reviews, with testimonials, and having those on the site, what other people are saying. And don't just put all 5-star reviews. You don't want to put 1-star reviews, obviously, because most 1-star reviews, I will admit, are not deserved. Every now and then there will be one, but they're usually not deserved. But if you have a 4-star review, put that on there. You know, they don't just have all 5 stars. Now, if you have all 5 stars, congratulations, that's awesome. But if you do have a 4-star in there, I wouldn't put 3s or 2s, but a 4-star just shows that it's real. And then finally, am I paying a good price? They want to know they're going to get value from your offer. I was talking with someone today that was talking about that they do a tune-up whenever they go out to service a piece of equipment. I'm like, great, well, what does that entail? I don't know what the value of that is. Tell them what the value that they're going to get whenever you come out there to take care of whatever the problem is. So what is the number one tool that a business has to get conversions? Right? Rosa says a website. Well, you would think so, but it's not. It's your story. It's the design and the telling of your story. The more that you can connect with the person that's visiting your site on a human level, the more more likely they are going to take the step to working with you. Next is, what's the number 2 tool a business uses to get conversions? And that is split testing. And that's hard to do. You can't right now with most websites, you can't put 2 different offers and have them go to one offer, the number 1 person go to number 1 offer, and number 2 person go to number 2 offer. Number 3 go to number 1, number 4 go to number 2, and back and forth to see which one's going to get the best conversions. So how do you tell your story with a beginning, middle, and end with a 10-page plus website? The answer is you really can't. Or how do you split test a 10+ page website? You can't. There's no way of doing that today. So the 2 most important things you need to do to get web pages to convert better isn't possible right now. That's why we rely on, and while we talk about brand site funnels. A funnel is designed to move the visitor into the sales process. It tells a story with a beginning, middle, and end that helps a visitor make a decision to choose you. And don't worry, I'm gonna lay this entire thing out for you. I'm gonna show you exactly what the design looks like for a brand site website funnel and what makes it unique. That's the most important thing. Is it's different than just about any other website that you've seen. Again, your brand is a story that your market believes about you. So you have visitors that are looking for products and services, and you have your story laid out in a way that's going to bring them from the top part of the funnel all the way to the bottom to get them to take action. First, you're going to share with them why you're different. Then you're going to share your products and services, then your reputation, and then your value. And that builds your story. So what if instead of building a multiple page website brochure, what if we build a single page funnel that was designed to convert visitors? Now, I'm not talking about a microsite. I was talking with someone who was doing something with another company, and they're like, oh, yeah, we have a microsite that they send traffic to. And a microsite, there's nothing wrong with them. It's meant specifically to get them to take one action and one action only, and it's really usually above the fold. So let me see, that was, so with that, sorry. So with that, sorry, you want to have a robust single page site. And let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here's the difference between a funnel and a website. Now, some of you may have seen different types of funnels. This isn't the funnel programs that you've seen before, because we've never offered this. And this one's specific for local businesses, and that's what separates us. But again, there's nothing here that you have to buy in order to make this work. You can do all this on your own. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that, because this is a training. First of all, a funnel is one page. A website has multiple pages. With a funnel, your story is clear. I'm going to take you all the way down the one-page funnel to show you how robust it is and how many pieces there are to that, and how we go about positioning the information in a scripted manner that leads that we know is going to increase the conversions. With a website, your story is confusing. They have to bounce around to about us and to your services and then to other aspects of your business. They have to bounce all over the place. Well, with a funnel, this user-friendly scrolling navigation, it's up and down. It's all on one page. The only time they have to click is when they take the action we want them to take. Where a website, it's hard to navigate, lots of clicking. The funnel funnels them to take the action that we want. Most websites don't really have any clear action steps. They're just information. With a funnel, we can do split testing. We can create one page with one offer, another page with another offer, in this basically part of the same funnel without utilizing any separate funnels, and even set up testing between 2 to 3 different offers, which you can't really do with a website. There's really not much ability to split test. You have to build smaller sites to do that. Our funnels have 6 to 10 calls to action. Now, I know it may seem overly salesy, but you'll see why we have it that way and why it's laid out in that manner in order to give it the best chance for conversion. It doesn't look overly salesy as they're consuming the information. All we're doing is making sure that no matter where they go on the page, up or down, that there's always going to be a call to action on the screen. We do not want them to have to search for it. You don't want them to look through stuff, go all the way down, or click a button and go to your services to see what you can do, then have to click back. They're going to click away before they click back. With a website, there's almost no calls to action typically, other than the phone number. Funnel is mobile friendly. Most websites are not. And I don't mean mobile where they don't have to pinch and zoom. I mean mobile to where all they have to do is scroll up and down. With a funnel, you can track conversions, and you can provide an irresistible offer, which is a lead magnet. We're going to talk more about that in just a little bit. Where with the website, it's hard to track conversions, and typically the only offer is just to contact us. So if you can, and I'm going to go through here just a second before I ask if you see the advantages of the one-page funnel and kind of show you how it's laid out and what it looks like. So first is we created something called a story block. It's a block of content that's critical to telling your story. And when you lay things out in a story block, it looks exactly the same whether they're on a desktop device or whether with the blocks, you can see the little green lines drawn around those blocks, and it transitions over to a mobile device so they get the exact same message, the exact same images that's scaled to look the way we want it to get them to take the action we want. Now, this particular example has 2 offers on the screen. It typically doesn't have that. So you tell your story with images, text, color, and design in a story block that looks like this. So here's basically an average looking website on a desktop computer. This happens to be a dentist, but there's a lot of text. I can put just about any other kind on there, right? And it looks like this. 60% of website visitors see something that looks like a tax audit when they visit a website on a mobile device. So here's our secret 21 story block formula. And I'm going to share you all these. I don't know why some of these are blurred out. I need to change this out to the one that's not blurred because I'm going to tell you every one of the 21 story blocks here as we go through the page. You start off with your title navigation, your cover block. And the third thing we tell them, other than what our offer is our promise. What we promise, what makes us different. Then we share our services, then the call to action block, your featured services, who you are, testimonials, your call us back, the map and address and hours block, and then the footer. But I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. But the thing is, this formula is a starting point of building your branding story and to differentiate you from the competition. And it gives us the foundation to start split testing to increase your web conversions. So you got a choice. You can tell your story like this, or you can tell your story with a brand site funnel. So which one will keep them more engaged and tell your story? You don't even have to put a 1 in. I know the answer to that one. So when we look at it, when you differentiate your brand with a 21 story block formula, it tells your story about your products and service and expertise and your value in the marketplace. It starts off with the person visiting. They see your brand site. They get indoctrinated into why they should choose you. They give you their information. They either put it in with an email or they call you, and then they're added into your automation CRM tool to be able to have an email campaign to send them more offers. Because one thing we want to do, and one thing I see happen so many times, is a lot of information is collected, but it doesn't ever go into a system, and there's tons and tons of leads that you could send a new offer out to that never happens because no one took the time to put it into the system. This will automatically put it in the system for you. So let's show you what a brand site website funnel has a lot of sites looks like. Brand site, website, funnel site. That's almost like a rhyme. So when you look at it, it's designed to create trust, the know, like, and trust you factor, and optimized for converting visitors to customers with a very deliberate framework. And it's the same through and through. The first is an attention-getting headline, not just get your free estimate. You want to figure out what it is for you. Then you want an attention-getting image. It needs to be an action-based image, an attention-getting offer, and an attention-getting button. The offer and the button aren't necessarily the same thing. The button is the action you want them to take. The offer is above that. And it's more than just a free estimate. In this case, with landscaping, it's get your free custom landscape analysis. When it's a custom analysis and not just a free estimate, it tends to seem to have more value and it tends to convert better. Analysis is basically giving them something they can use, where an estimate is just what you're going to charge them to do the work. Give them both. I mean, give them the ability to see what it is you're going to do, and when you call it an analysis, they look at it as being more customized to them. And number 5, your promise. What is your promise to them? As you review these pages, ask yourself, how is your website stacking up? You don't have to put that in the box. All right, so keep in mind, this is all on one web page. That means the visitor doesn't have to click around to find the information they're looking for, and we keep them on the page. The more we keep them on the page, the higher the chances of them to take action and convert. So right after the promise is your detailed services offered, and put images in there, or you can put icons, but don't just put a list of the services. Put an image of what it is. We read with images first and text second. Then another clear call to action. You can see no matter where they are on the page, whether it's on the computer or on a phone, there's always a call to action in front of them. That's why this doesn't look overly salesy, because they can't see the whole page at one time. But anywhere they are on the page, there's always a place for them to engage with us. We don't want them to get to the bottom of the page and have to turn around and go all the way back to the top. We want to have that button right there no matter where they're at, because we don't know when they're going to make the decision to choose us. Is it going to be right from the beginning? I don't know. Is it going to be after they look at our services? Is it going to be after they see some testimonials? Is it going to be after a review video? We don't know, so we want to make sure that we have the ability for them to take action no matter where they're at. We have client reviews with pictures of clients. The other thing you want to do is put the trust symbols on there. If the review comes from Google My Business, put the Google logo on there. If it's from Facebook, put the Facebook logo. If it's from Yelp, put the Yelp logo on there. Make sure, and what that does is it builds trust, because they know that it's not just you making something up. They can actually go see that a real person left that review on those review sharing sites. And then we have a clear call to action. You can basically, this is where you put an additional type discount or something that's different than the offer at the top. It's where you can also create a video to go in there to explain the offer to grab their attention. Then clear, concise, easy to read text blocks. Now you notice this, you want to bounce back and forth you want to make the reading like a zigzag. If it all went down one side, it is not broken up, it's harder to read, believe it or not. So we zigzag it with an image, then text, and then text, and then image, and then image, and then text. So whenever they're coming through here, they're coming through in a zigzag, and it just happens to get them to stay engaged and works better. Then we have real photos of team members to build trust. And those may seem like a pain in the butt, or oh, what if we have a tech that changes out? Hey, you know what? It's if you have the right system, it's no more than a 1-minute deal to go in and replace a picture and replace the information in the bio. Also, additional testimonials and reviews, again with the pictures, and another contact us. You can see everywhere you go, there is a call to action on every place. So additional client testimonials, reviews build the trust for new prospects. That's what gets their attention. Then we have the easy to read FAQs. You have the questions that people are typically asking you all the time whenever they first call. Go ahead and answer them, because that will save yourself and your team some time, because the answers are already going to be there for them to look at. And then your location block. Let them know where you are and your hours. For services, it's not as important where, but it is important the areas that you serve, right? So they know that you're going to be able to service them. Your location hours, and here it's even important to let them know if you have if you respond 24 hours a day. I was having a call earlier today, and the gentleman said, oh yeah, it says that we respond within 10 minutes. I was like, well, the other information on your site where you go in there on your contact us form, it says put your information in and we'll get back with you within 24 hours to determine if you need an estimate. You got to be consistent with the information, because with that, we know that the purchase-driven consumer is looking for one of three pieces of information. They're either looking for your phone number, address, of hours of operation, and you have to make it where that's easily accessible. Because remember, when they're looking on their smartphone, they're going to make a decision within 24 hours. Most of the time, within an hour of them searching for the information, they're looking for it. And then a final call to action, knowing that anywhere that they are on the page they're going to have an ability to contact you. So if you would, so if this has been helpful so far, if you would go ahead and put a 1. If this has kind of been new to you, something that's kind of got your attention, looking at, yeah, I can see how that would work. Like I said, all of this is on one page. They just scroll up and down. Right? I got a 1 from Cassandra. I got a 1 from Chris, Misty, Wade, Harmony. Yeah, I got a lot of ones coming in. So again, like I said, it's brand new. It seems odd, and if you've already spent a lot of time and effort, like putting into your website, it's like, well, what am I going to do? Here's what I'm going to share with you. And like I said, if you stick around to the end, you're going to see that we have something that's pretty incredible to share with you on how you can get a lot of this stuff done. And this it's not about us building a website for you, so you don't have to worry about that. This is about something completely different than what most people would be sharing with you when it comes to how to create information and get more visitors online. Because right now, you're at a crossroad. The crossroad is you can continue doing what you're doing and continue working with other people or having someone on your staff go through and get their best effort at doing the web design and doing the information and getting traffic and making that happen, or you can take control of it. Now, for some people, that's a daunting task. It's like, nope, I'm a plumber. I don't want to do anything but do plumbing. Well, no one cares about your business more than you. And whenever you're the one that cares the most about your business, right, you're the one that's going to make sure that the things happen the way they need to happen. I can't tell you how many times I'll look at someone who's paid tens of thousands of dollars for what they have, and it's not working for them. Their listings and directories are all screwed up. They don't have a clear call to action on the website. It doesn't display well on a mobile device because they entrust it to someone else. So it's like, well, I don't want my customers to do their own plumbing. Well, we're not looking for you to. The thing of this is different than doing your own plumbing. This is about the promotion of your business. The plumbing that's not what this is about, or the AC repair, or the garage door repair. This is about you controlling the thing that's going to cause the most income to come into your business. Because let's face it, with home service professionals, live and die by the leads, by the phone ringing. That's what keeps you busy. So the reason most don't do this and most people don't take advantage of it or don't take control of it is it may be that you feel like you don't know enough tricks or ninja tactics to get it to work. I mean, goodness knows there's enough people out there telling you that everything is changing and there's no way that you can keep up with it yourself. Well, there is a way, and I'm going to share that with you and how you can keep up with it. Now, you not only keep up with it, how you can stay ahead of the curve of the things that are changing, right? Or maybe you don't have the time or patience to dive in and figure it all out. Well, that's why we've created a special beta program. And again, this isn't for me. I'm not selling you a product here. No, don't worry about that. This is about putting you in a position where you can take control of what it is that you're doing. So with the beta program, this is to get your website converting more visitors. We know that that's what most businesses need more than anything else. And I've had people respond and go, why do you think we need more business? The majority of businesses need more business today, right? If you don't need more business, then you should go ahead and drop off of here because there's nothing that's going to help. There's nothing going to help you. If you got more business you can handle, you probably didn't join on anyway. So we have a one-time special offer that we're opening up to help businesses like yours convert more visitors to customers. And again, like I said, you want to hang around because it's going to be unbelievable. You're going to think to yourself, this is too good to be true, and that's exactly what I want you to think because that's how good we want this offer to be. Look, funnels cost thousands of dollars to create, but we're going to underwrite most of the costs in helping you create a brand site funnel just like we showed you. Does that sound fair? Go ahead and put a 1 in the box if it sounds fair that we could help underwrite most of the cost of you to be able to do that. All right, I got 1s coming in, a bunch of 1s. Let me look at one thing here. Hold on. All right, I got Blake, got Hugo again, got Tyler, a bunch of ones coming in. And do here. Sorry, I got to do one thing. Hang with me. It's usually people get concerned whenever something goes wrong. But I found when something goes wrong, it winds up getting people to pay more attention. And I'm not doing it purposely. I actually had something wrong, and I don't want to give you the wrong information. So I got to go back to slideshow here. Come on. Oh, now my computer's spinning. Hang with me. There we go. Slideshow from the current slide. All right. So this is the Home Services Marketing Mastermind. It is everything you need to create a dominating online presence. There's going to be weekly training sessions to keep you on pace so that you not only take control of it, but you know everything to do every step of the way. It's also training for your staff with certification opportunities for that. If you don't want to do this, but you have someone on your staff that's a whiz at doing social media or doing web design or putting things in place, then this is perfect for that as well. Because if you don't want to do it, but you have someone that's on your staff that can do this, this is going to be something that you want to take advantage of, because like I said, we're not going to be charging you thousands and thousands of dollars to do this work for you. We're going to give you the ability to do it yourself and do it in a way that's going to basically overtake the competition. We're going to give you access to our funnel building software. When I say give you access to it, this is something that has not been made available to anyone but local marketing agencies or marketing agencies in general. That's why I know this has never been shown anywhere, because this is the first time we're making this offer available. We're going to, with that software, you're going to get a 2,000 brand site funnel framework already included in the software for you to just be able to go in and make a few changes and make a few edits and be able to take live very quickly. And as we go through here, the first month of this is just going to be $47, right? So it's localgenius.com/HSMM, but hang on, there's a bunch of other aspects of this that I want you to see, not just that, right? And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give the whole thing to you. Because when we look at a marketing mastermind, there's actually 4 components, okay? The first thing we're going to talk about is funnels and automation. With funnels and automation is because that's the #1 thing you need to have in place before you work on anything else. Because before you start working on more traffic, you got to have something in place that's going to convert. And you got to have it so that it works for you 24/7 like clockwork, whether you're there or not. You want it working around the clock. So with that, the first bonus is our enterprise funnel and website building platform. You can have complete control with this platform. It is, you can build unlimited pages and 3 different funnels within the platform. We have high converting funnel templates in there. The first ever drag and drop visual website funnel builder for you to be able to put the pieces where you want them. Also a drag and drop instant page builder. But even more, it has that, every page is laid out with that 21 story block formula already baked into the template. So and you can move them around however you want to, but it has everything in place for you to be able to just basically paint by number simple to put those in place. Not only that, but you can build websites, you can build opt-in pages, sales pages, upsell pages, downsell pages. You can take people through the complete gauntlet of everything that you could possibly do for them to have the best chance of getting them to convert into a paying customer before you ever have to send someone out. Also, order pages that connect to Stripe, PayPal, Authorize.net. Yes, people will pay for a service before you ever go out if you make the offer strong enough. You have to make it irresistible for them to be able to do that. You have to decide what that's going to be for you to be able to get out there, because the main thing you want to do is you want to get on the property, right? You want to have the truck there. You want to have the opportunity to, as a lot of people talk about, is investigate and take it apart to see what's wrong. And then integrations with iContact, MailChimp, Zapier, etc. It's going to connect with just about everything out there. So that's the proprietary web funnel tool. The next step with this is that's a $3,564 value, which is what the annual cost would be just to have access to the tool. That's just that part. But we go a step further with our next bonus, and that is we do all the heavy lifting and detail work so that you don't have to. We take care of the hosting. You don't have to buy hosting for this. We take care of putting split testing in place. We take care of the reporting so that it comes to you automatically. We take care of the SSL certificate so that no one gets that, that pesky thing saying this is unsafe. And we have virus protection on the system and daily backups so you never lose anything. So that's the first part of the equation. The next part gets even more exciting. That's the brand site funnel. That's what we talked about that whole first page. That's just one aspect of this. Next, we have a lead generation funnel. The lead generation funnel, it's different than a brand site funnel because it is focused specifically on doing one thing, and that is generating a lead, having a landing page, and having one offer. This is where it gets into being like the microsite that we talked about before, where it's very strong one offer. And the great thing is, as you'll see in a minute, you can test between the lead generation funnel and the brand site funnel to see which one converts better. And then you have lead magnet development. We're going to work with you to help you develop the best lead magnet for your business. It may be a report that they need, a perfect guide to getting everything they need before they contact you, or it could be an offer that gets their attention, that causes them to pick up the phone and call you. We'll work with you through the program to develop what the best thing is going to be for you. And again, a lead magnet can make the difference in converting and not converting. I've worked with some of the biggest names in the industry, and the biggest thing we worked on, the first step, is getting the conversion, getting them to opt in. Because once they opt in, once they pick up the phone and call, once they give us their contact information, that's 90% of the battle. Because if they opt in, they've seen the value. Now let's go ahead and get them to take the next step, which is actually making a purchase. So we're also going to give you a profit funnel for your business. You're going to be able to have it laid out exactly step by step. So then we're going to show you point by point how this can work for your home service business. But here's the profit funnel framework. Like I said, you starts off with a lead magnet compared to the home site. Then it goes to what we call a trust trigger. It's getting them to take that first step of making a purchase and becoming a customer, giving us their credit card information to schedule service. And then we have the order page, and then we have a core offer, which we can bump them up to, and then we have upsells and downsells, all of those pieces in place. What is the right one for you? We'll determine that as we go through the whole process, because not only are we going to give you the profit funnel and the framework for your business, we're also going to give you our profit funnel implementation training. This is where I've gone through and worked with over 157 different funnels and dozens of different businesses. So there's not much I haven't seen when it comes to the ability of putting something in place that converts, that gets someone to go ahead and be a paying customer before you ever get out there. Now, the profit funnel implementation training in itself is over $1,000 training. And with the profit funnel, the way it works, it starts off with a lead magnet, like we discussed. A lead magnet should help solve a problem, it should reveal a bigger problem, and it should have a specific call to action. You want them to take action and contact you. And lead magnets are powerful because they work for you 24 hours a day, attracting more leads and pre-selling those leads into new customers. So some quick examples are checklists, cheat sheets, swipe files, how-to course, template, scripts, resource lists, PDF or video tutorials, an audit report, anything that you can do to provide them. It could be, again, a lead magnet could be a custom analysis for the issue or the problem they're having. Then we take them to the step of the trust trigger. And the trust trigger is a low-end offer that over-delivers in value in order to help them build enough trust and authority that you can easily sell them on your core offer with little or no objections. And again, getting them to take that step to become a customer is key. And you can get them to do that. It doesn't matter if it's plumbing, HVAC, electrical work, garage doors, landscaping, you can get them to take that step. Your trust trigger can be as low as $20 and as high as $500, but they're effective when they're sold at about 80% of their value, meaning that they're getting a tremendous discount in order to be able to take that action. And the goal is to get them to spend money in the first interaction with you and to trigger the trust needed to buy the more expensive offer. And when I say more expensive, I don't mean unnecessary or unneeded. They're going to need whatever it is that they're going to be buying anyway. It's not to fool anybody. It's not to trick them into something. It's to get them to the point of the core offer. And with the core offer, it can be what you're wanting to sell in a specific niche or division. Some of you do more residential. Some of you do more commercial. The offers can be different. And if done correctly, the lead magnet, the trust trigger, should do a great job of educating and pre-selling and building the trust and authority that's needed for you to sell your core offer. So again, it can be both a one-time sale or a monthly offer or both. And there's hardly any industries out there today that there's not a service program that can't be applied to that whenever you go out to the location. Then there's the profit bump. It's a one-time offer or upsell. And basically what it does is it gives them the ability to take that next step. And there we have to sometimes get creative on what that's going to be, but a service program is typically what we're looking at when we're talking about a profit bump or being part of a VIP program. Depending on where you're at, depending on where you're at, it can be different things, whether the change of the season, they get a special service, they get a special discount because of being part of that program. But people will join VIP programs because they want to be part of something. And then there's what we call the funnel stack. After you've already brought them through one time, there's no need to let them go and not sell them anything else. So with the for-profit booster, you take it and you stack on top of the current funnel, you put another one on top of that. You can stack a new offer immediately, or you can wait a week or even 30 days to put out the next offer. So the power of a funnel stack is you already have another offer ready to go as soon as they go through the first one. And this is the framework, what it looks like. You have the lead magnet and your web page. They come in, they opt in for that, they get shown the trust trigger on a sales page. From there, they go to the order page. After the order page, they go to immediately get shown the core offer. Then they get shown the core offer order page, then the profit bump, the order page, and then the confirmation. This used to take weeks to happen, right? We used to, it's like, let's get the information, we'll send them some emails, we'll warm them up. No, today, we're in a microwave society. People want to see the thing as quickly as they can. They want to know what's that next thing. I can't wait for the anticipation. I want to see what is the next thing you can offer me. What can I take advantage of? Now, the other part of it is not everyone's going to take you up on every one of these offers. And so you have to have something in place that's going to continue to offer it to them. That's why within the profit funnel framework that we have in place, there is the re-offer campaign. Because not every lead's going to buy from you the first time. So there's a huge opportunity to go back to your non-buyers and re-offer them the products or services that they didn't buy. And re-offer campaigns can also then be part of the warming part for the funnel stack. Again, so with this mastermind, it's different. So this isn't saying, hey, we're going to build this for you. We want to put you in control so that you can do these things yourself. And if it wasn't easy and simple to do, we wouldn't be suggesting that you do it. For instance, for me, before I started doing marketing, I worked for the power company for 26 years. Believe me, if somebody who works for the power company can step in and do this and do it pretty easily and quickly, anybody can, right? Because people work for the power company because they don't know how to do other trades. Nothing bad against it. I was there for 26 years. But in looking at it, we start off with the mastermind with funnels and automation. That's the first step. After we go through funnels and automation, all that stuff we've covered so far, that's all just the first piece of the mastermind. Doing the brand site funnel and the lead magnet funnel and the profit funnel, putting all those pieces together, that's just the first section. After we go through funnels and automation, the next thing we're going to look at is traffic. You have to have everything set up before you want to send any much traffic to it, because if you don't have reviews in place, if you don't have things and you don't have the conversion factors there, sending the traffic prematurely is just going to frustrate you, and it's going to waste your time, money, and energy in doing that. So once we have the funnels and automation set up, the next thing we look at, next thing we start working on is traffic. After we do traffic, then we're going to transition over to reputation. Your reputation is very key. Remember, that's the online currency of your business today. That's the word of mouth referral in today's environment, because everyone's looking online. They can even go on Facebook and say, looking for a referral for a plumber, for HVAC specialist, for a garage door opener, for a landscaper, for an electrician on Facebook, and people will tell them, right? You've seen the commercials. A lot of you know about Home Advisor, right? They're touting the fact that they go through all the reviews and everything and provide the best solution, but they also cost a lot per lead. So what we're talking about is being able to take control of that and controlling what the cost per lead is going to be. And then finally, we look at social and how to position that so that it's not only presenting you with the design and the best light, but also sending traffic to the funnels and automation. So all of those other pieces will support the first step that we put in place. But you have to have something that gives them the reason to convert before they will typically take that step. And that's beginning with the brand site funnel. And that's where we start with the mastermind. That's why I know that anyone can do it. But with the template the way it is, all you're going to have to do is input and change several of the aspects that you're utilizing. There's over 8 years and over $10 million have been invested to create this success ecosystem for your business. And I know that sounds like pie in the sky, but it has been a long time in putting this in place to be able to not to come and say, hey, let us do this for you, but let us show you how to do this. Let us not only not do it for you, but let us help you put it in place. And I can say that I can guarantee that you're going to have the help, because I'm going to be the one running the program. Because when you look at it, You have everything you need to create a dominating online presence. All the tools are there. You don't have to go buy anything else. The weekly training sessions to keep you on pace. We also do this thing called AMA, Ask Me Anything. After the weekly training session, we do an open door, we do open office hours, and you can ask any questions that you have to make sure that you're on track and you get what you need when you need it in order to stay up to date. Also, training for your staff with certification opportunities. If you're a staff member of a business that's on here that's looking at this will make you the superstar of the entire organization because of what you'll be able to go through and do as quickly as possible. Again, access to our funnel building software that has a value of over $3,500. The $2,000 brand site funnel is about obviously it's a $2,000 value. It's a $2,000 brand site funnel. Lead generation funnel is $997. Lead magnet development. Your lead magnet is going to be different than anyone else's, so you're going to go through different development stages in doing that. That in itself is a program that we sell for $697. The profit funnel for your business, all day long, $29.97 for that. Again, like I said, this is a beta program, so we're proving that it works. So that, and most of the time, this agencies that are buying this and then reselling it to you, but we're taking the middleman out of that for you. Profit funnel implementation training. It's $997 just for training. Then you would have to go figure out what different components you're going to use in order to put that together. Then after we put all the funnel stuff together, we're going to start focusing on traffic, finding sources of traffic for your funnels. Then we'll transition into reputation marketing. You notice I don't say reputation management because I truly believe that you can market with your reputation whenever you have everything in place. And the social channel marketing, not social media marketing, social channel marketing, because there's different channels. There's different things that appeal to different people on different channels. And you want to make sure that you have the information positioned the right way for it to have the greatest impact. Now, if you add all of those pieces up, it's over $14,000 of value for the program. Like I said, we're basically stripping it down and underwriting the majority of the cost to be able to put you in control of this for your business. So again, the first month is $47 because we want you to get in, take a look at it, and see the value. And then it's just $297 a month to continue to have access and continue to be part of the program ongoing. If you look at what you are paying someone to manage this for you, that is a fraction of what you would probably be paying someone to do all of the different steps and all of the things we're going to be sharing and showing you how to do it. And the other part of it is, this isn't something that's going to take 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week to do. This is something that you should be able to manage and put in place with the systems we're going to be looking at and utilizing, and spend less than 15 to 20 minutes a day in looking at it and looking at the information, looking at the results. That's doable for just about everybody out there. And 15 minutes a day to make sure that you have an online sales machine continuing to generate leads is not a lot of investment. Most of us waste that much time with just getting up in the morning. So you can get up, put those things in place. The training, they're only going to be about an hour long. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to sign up for the $47. You're going to get an email from me saying go register for the first training webinar, which is going to be on Tuesday. And on that webinar, we're going to go through the framework of what the first steps need to be. And in that framework, we're going to then give you access. We're not going to give you access to the funnel tool right now because I don't want you to go in and be confused and get disheartened. We're going to walk through an example of creating a brand site funnel from beginning to end on that first training, because I want you to have that thing in place as quickly as possible. And it's pretty bold saying that within 1 hour of walking you through that. Don't worry, if you're not going to be able to be there, it's going to be recorded. But to walk you through and show you how in an hour you can have the entire brand site funnel set up for your business, with the images, with the messaging, with all of those pieces, because it's a 21 story block formula. No one else has what we're showing you here. There are other funnel programs, but they are designed for basically any type of funnel out there. Our funnel program is designed specifically for local businesses, because people make buying decisions differently with local business than they do with an online make money thing or network marketing or those kind of things. They're looking for something to happen very quickly. If you have any questions, I'm going to kind of open it up right now. We've been going for right at an hour. We got about 15 minutes left of the webinar. If you have any questions about this, you can go ahead and type those in. Again, it's localgenius.com/HSMM, which stands for Home Service Mastermind. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat so you can just click it. .local.com/HSMM. HSMM, and the audience said, so it's there in the chat box for everyone to be able to look at. If you see, what time are the classes? I think right now it's scheduled at 4 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, but depending on, like I said, we've got people that are on here from Australia, from the UK, from Canada, from New Zealand. So we'll take that into consideration if we wind up having to have 2 calls. We'll definitely make it so that it's going to be where it's convenient for everyone to be able to get that. And again, if you're not able to be on the call live, it will be recorded so that you can get that information. And any questions that you have, you'll be able to send those in to me, and I'll be doing those as part of Ask Me Anything. So even if you can't be on live, you're going to get, with that again, you're going to get my email. So you're going to be able to send those questions in, and I'll be able to go through and answer those for you on the Ask Me Anything part of the program, even if you happen not to be on the training. What's the obligation after the first month? It's month to month. It's up to you. It's my job to make sure that you want to see the value to continue it. That's why we're doing it at $47 for the first month. So it's a no-brainer. It's easy to look at it. And now the other thing is, you're going to need to show up and consume the information, right? We want to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do in order to be successful. But if you do those things and you're not happy, you don't see the value after the first month, then don't worry about it. You're done. You can cancel at any time. So don't worry about that part of it. Again, we're going to be covering all these different aspects: lead generation, the profit funnel for the business. Now, what if I don't want to do a profit funnel? What if I get enough business just from the brand site funnel? Congratulations. You don't have to do the other funnels if you don't want to. It may be that the brand site funnel by itself is such a change for your business that it does everything that you need it to and gives you as much work as you need to stay busy. The beautiful thing about this is that as long as you're part of the program, you have access to that and you continue to grow the business. And then when you get to the point where it does where you add a new employee or add a couple of new techs and you need to then ramp things up, you have access to go in then and create the lead generation funnel or create the profit funnel. It's not you got to do it. It's not an all or nothing. You have to do it all or you don't do any of it. You can do just the brand site funnel, or you can do just the profit funnel for your business. We're going to start with the brand site funnel because that's what we feel gives you the best chance of converting those visitors into buyers without it looking like a quote unquote funnel, right? We want it to have the look and feel of a website, but with the ability to convert them, with it being very mobile friendly for you. Let's see what else we got in here. Georgie, is this per person or can have any one of my team members on this? Now you get one login, you can have as many members of your team have access to the information. If you want to have 2 or 3 people on the webinar, you can have 2 or 3 people on the webinar. You're going to get sent a registration link. You can register yourself, you can register your employees, you can register your spouse. A lot of times the spouse does a lot of these things. So yeah, you can. It's not limited to one person. You can have several people that have access to that within. They need to be part of your organization, part of your company. But yeah, you don't have to buy separate logins for your staff. You'll be able to use the same one that you have access to. And there's nothing really that's going to that they're going to be able to take away from you or do, because anything that happens, any change that happens, we have the backup so that we can just revert it. So there should be no fear there. I mean, there shouldn't be any fear anyway with that in mind. So Emily says, you show videos on the website. Do you show us how to do those? Yes, Emily, we show you how to create those videos very simply. It's simpler than you might think. And we also later on in the program have another alternative that you can utilize to create the videos. But we also will work with you and work in the program of what the best offer is going to be and how to put that in place. And there's a lot of different ways that you can go about putting those videos on the site. But we make it very simple for you. All the videos, Lucas wants to know where they're hosted. I host them on YouTube. And YouTube is the second largest search engine behind Google. You put those videos on YouTube, and then you bring them in. You just put the link in the page, and it puts it in there automatically for you. You don't have to do any fancy coding. All this is drag and drop, put the things in place, and it's not hard to do at all. So again, it's localgenius.com/HSMM. I said the first, it's just $47 for the first month, and then $22.97 a month after that. And again, it's to show you that the value is there for you to want to be able to continue. But you got to be committed. You got to say, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be committed to following the steps. And again, there's no reason why in 15 minutes each of you shouldn't be able to have a brand site funnel up and running for your company. I'm sorry, in an hour, not 15 minutes. I don't know why I said that. In an hour during the training. You actually could do it in 15 minutes, but I'm going to take an hour during the training to do that. So go ahead. It's localgenius.com/HSMM. The access to the funnel building software and the lead magnet development and the profit funnel implementation training, those are all bonuses. Like I said, once we take this out of beta and it goes into the regular mastermind, those people will not be getting these elements of the offer. The other thing is this offer is only available on this webinar for right now. So you need to go ahead and take advantage of that, because we got another one coming up right after this, and there are limited spots because I do only have so much time to help in doing these things. So it's limited to the first 20 people that get into the webinar. It may be that once we have, we've already got almost that number that have signed up from what I can see on my other computer screen. So you definitely want to, hold on. You definitely want to go ahead and get moving over there if you're going to do that. Again, 47 bucks. I mean, it's like I said, I wanted you to feel, if you think it's too good to be true, that's what I wanted you to feel, and that's why we did it this way. Because for $47, you're getting access to a ton of information, and also the, but we're not going to dump it all on you at one time, because if we do that, it overwhelms you. It's going to come to you in bite-sized pieces so that you can put it in place, so that you have the best chance for not only implementation, but also for the success of the elements and the pieces that you put in place that you build. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be here. If you would, just put a 1 in the box if this has been helpful, if this has been useful, if you feel like this has been a good use of your time. Because that's the one thing I always want to do, is make sure that even if you decide this isn't for you, that you got information from this that you'll be able to take and utilize in your business. All right, cool. I got Leon, Gavin, Dominic, there's Hugo again, Rosa, Emma, thank you. A lot of ones coming in, a lot of thank yous. Good information. Good stuff, says Daniel. Jose says, right on. Cool. All right, well, thank you guys for taking the time. I wish you the best, good rest of the day, a good rest of the week. And we got, Jessica has a 1 with exclamation points, about 28 or about 10 exclamation points behind it. Thank you, Jessica. So again, thank you for taking the time. My name is Jody Underhill. It's localgenius.com/HSMM for Home Service Mastermind. Again, it's a beta program. It's only open to the first 20 people. You want to jump on it as quickly as you can, because once we're full, we're full. And again, the first step is going to be the mastermind. I'll probably be sending you an email with some questions before that, so that I have a framework for your business, so that we know exactly the best way to start and make sure we cover the information that's going to be most pertinent for you. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to mute out now for a minute. If you have any questions that you did not want read on the air, you can go ahead and type those in, and I'll answer them after I go ahead and mute out here. So thanks everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be here. It's been my pleasure to share this information with you, and we'll look forward to seeing some of you on the mastermind call. Take care.